Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hi. If this wasn't such a serious subject, it would be laughable. In fact, it is laughable. Well, we're looking at this document here, and basically what it's saying is the United Kingdom is a foreign power. Now you think about Queen Elizabeth the head is the head of this country, and of course we've got the Budgie Queen that Whitlam and Hawke created. Well, that's okay. But how did this all come about, the dual citizenship, Section 44(1) of our Constitution? Well, if you remember going back to 1984, we had a referendum by Mr. Wonderful Hawke. And by the way, he wasn't on his own in this. It is said that Malcolm Fraser, God rest his soul, was involved with Hawke. They spent a lot of years putting this together, this Act of 1986. But in 1984, we had a referendum which asked a few questions about the Senate and terms and so on and so forth. And the referendum failed miserably, about 32%. But that didn't stop Mr. Hawke going to the United Kingdom and asking for sovereignty, if you like, and get rid of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth that is, and have their own Queen. So they lied. The Hawke government lied to Westminster, convincing them that the referendum passed. So hence we created the Act of 1986, which created an independent Australia, if you like, but only in theory. It was done on fraud, out and out fraud. It was the referendum failed, but the Hawke government didn't stop them. They lied, the Labour Party. And as far as the Labour Party and the Liberal Party, they worked together on it. And as far as elections are concerned, they're nothing more than an illusion. Nothing ever changes. Those of us who have been around for a long time know that. Nothing changes because both of the parties, they don't care who wins. They'll be either in power or out of power. They'll still get paid and things will go on the same. The illusion will continue. Now, it started, there was an act, the referendum went to a foreign power, was Sue, S-U-E versus Hill, on the 23rd of June 1999 at the High Court of Australia handed down a decision, and they're wonderful. Australia is now a sovereign country. Britain is a foreign entity, so the first senator was disallowed from being a Senate. So it looks like Malcolm Fraser, looks like Mr. Turnbull got a great idea because he wasn't succeeding in the Senate. He'd bring this up. So the Constitution became very important all of a sudden. Up till then, people didn't even know it existed. So it all backfired on him, and it'll backfire on the Labour Party as well. But the problem is, the whole thing was created on a lie. The Act of 1986 was a fraud. And Mr. Hawke, you're still alive, you should be charged with fraud, plus many other charges as well. You're an old man, but I'm sure you're still getting paid by our government. England is not a foreign power, and all the Canadian country, Australia and all sorts are still subject to Queen Elizabeth II, but the High Court has to go along with the law, regardless whether it's a private entity or not. It has backed up the law, which is the Act of 1986. And until we go back and take that case to England, to the High Court of England, and lay charges against the people who perpetrated this crime, nothing will change. Now, I may be preaching to the converted. If I am, fantastic. But unless this word gets round to the people, which really don't want to know, but they have to know, our kids and grandkids will pay for this in the future. They'll keep bringing in new laws that you won't be able to shake hands with somebody in the street, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Anyway, do look it up. It's all on YouTube, and it's all on. You can look it up. Don't look up on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is owned by the establishments, right? Okay, well that's it from now. I hope to God that it might clear up a few things. The Act of 1986 was fraudulently created by the Labour Party, lying to the British Parliament that the Act or the referendum passed. It did not. So we're living a lie. And it's goodbye from me, and I hope you spread this word around as much as possible. Cheers, and thanks you for watching. If you want to subscribe, that would be nice, but I don't care. I just want to get this message out. Bye.
Q Howard. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67. I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.